A question I get asked all the time, and I know you do too, rates. What's up with the rates here in 2024? What's going to happen and what's happening right now in this market? Hi, I'm Pete Galyon, and this is my beautiful wife and lender, Krista Galyon.
Hello.
And so we're going to sit here in our bare feet in our home and just have a quick conversation to let you guys know about the rates and what's happening and also what we see happening in the near future. All right, so a question I get asked all the time, and I know you get asked this question, is what's up with the rates right now? Like, we've been promised that the rates were going to drop at least 1, 2, or maybe 3 times this year. We've not seen much movement. Is that correct?
That is very correct. And that is an excellent question. And I get asked it all the time. So basically, we thought rates would have dropped by now. We thought we would have already seen a big break. And that was the anticipation as of March. That did not happen. And so what the experts are saying now is that we should see some rates drop starting September, which is now, and to the end of the year, maybe 3. But what does that look like? What significance does that have? How much is it actually going to drop?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Obviously, there's tons of reasons why we believe, not just us, but economists believe as well, we're going to see rates drop here in the last quarter of the year. Krista's going to explain just a couple of those and keep it really simple.
So to keep it short, the economy has worsened. So that's one reason. And the other, an election is coming up. Anytime there's an election, they want everything to look pretty. So we're going to see things starting to slowly come down.
Yeah, and we've already seen that lenders are starting to edge and kind of get ahead of that curve, starting to bring rates down just a hair.
Slightly.
In anticipation of the Fed lowering those rates, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. Yeah, we are seeing rates slowly declining at the moment, but there's a misconception with what a rate drop looks like. It's not that, oh, the rates are dropping, so now it's in the 6s versus 7s or 7s versus 8s, whatever that may be. It's actually the pricing for the rate is what's coming down. So every rate has a price, and we can go into more detail of what that looks like because I know that that's very confusing and a little overhead.
No, I think we need to do that. Let's do that now.
Okay. So every rate has a price. We have a rate sheet, and the rate sheet is pulled based on the client, their individual financial situation. So that would be credit score. How much are they putting down? Where does our debt to income ratio look? Everybody's scenario is different. So I get people all the time say, hey, my buddy got a 6% rate. I'm sure he did. But do you
Excellent
know
credit?
Yes. Do you
No
know
debt.
his finances?
Yeah.
Do you know his credit?
Sure.
Well, I have better credit than him. That's not the only factor that plays a role in pricing. So what that rate sheet looks like is I like to explain it, especially to my first-time home buyers that don't understand anything about rates or discount points, is we have lower rates at the top of the rate sheet and we have higher rates at the bottom. The higher rates cost less and the lower rates cost more. There is a price for the rate. In a perfect market, we would have par rates. And what that means is you pay nothing for it. This is the rate you get, and you don't have to pay anything at closing for it. That would be what your discount points are. But in today's market, most people are paying something for their rate. So highest rate on the rate sheet has a cost.
Yeah.
Maybe $200, maybe $1,000, depending on the person and their credit score. Your credit score also puts you in a pricing bracket. So that's another factor to your pricing. So I like to explain it like this. You go to a restaurant and they have a bar. Your bottom shelf is the lower liquor. That doesn't cost much. It's not really what we want. You're not going to get the same effect. But that top shelf is pretty expensive.
But sometimes very much worth it.
But very worth it. You're going to see those benefits a lot faster. But
I came up with this scenario.
yes, he is so smart. But you're going to pay for it. And that's how the rate sheet is. Can we get you a lower rate? Absolutely. But what are you willing to pay for that rate?
That's a great explanation. Okay, so what does this mean for you? What it means is that you need a strategy.
Yes.
And fortunately, we have been practicing a strategy that works very well in this market. We bought 4 properties in the past 5 months.
Yes.
And every single time we've signed, we have signed with equity. This is a really important strategy to use, but it's only part of it. And Chris is going to explain the other part, what happens in 2024 and 25 whenever we see a lot more demand coming to the market, whenever buyers see the rates go down.
So one thing I love about our company at APM is we are in the top 10 of the largest mortgage retail bankers in America. And having that ranking gives us more products, more options for our clients. So one of those products that we have is a refinance program that we are offering during this time. We know that rates are not where we want them to be, and we're going to do the best that we can to get you the best rate right now that we can get you. But once you've paid 6 monthly payments, we will refinance you at no lender cost. We will waive our lender fees to help you with that refinance.
Yeah, so what that means, guys, is right now, let's get ahead of the curve, because what we know is going to happen, and economists are saying it, I'm saying it, and I've already seen it happen. I get phone calls all the time, and people are asking, like, have the rates dropped? Because when they do, I'm going to buy a home, or I'm going to make an investment. Well, how about we go ahead and start thinking about buying now? Let's get a strategy together to buy right now. And we see that home prices have dropped, right? We see that
Yes.
home prices have dropped, and that's where we have bought at a home price drop, and then refinance a few months from now whenever everybody else is getting the same rate, but we've already got equity in the home. Now we're also getting the same rate at no lender cost.
Exactly.
Love it. Okay, so what's the first step? First step is going to be to call, text, or email. All the information is down here below. Call Silver Fox Properties and Relocation, and we'll get started with a one-on-one consultation.
And in that consultation, we are going to sit down and put a plan in place for you and your family.
Look forward to talking to you.
Bye.